On the 91 eastbound before Green River Road, there's a crash taking away the 3 right lanes, so only the left lane is open. That's stopping traffic back to the 91. Then on the 210 westbound before Angeles Crest Highway, there's a stall taking up the left lane, so traffic is bunching up as you approach there. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Vince Call.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. You know, when you hear me say that there are only 2 kinds of solar companies, Sunlux and everyone else, I am not kidding around. Neither is Tesla. Yeah, the solar giant who, for the first time, has opened their entire ecosystem to only a handful of trusted companies. And guess who Tesla selected for Southern California? Exactly, Sunlux. Sunlux and Tesla. Tesla panels, Tesla low-profile mounting system, and the world's single most sought-after solar component, the Tesla Powerwall battery. Anybody can order them for you, but Sunlux can actually get them for you. It all amounts to the most advanced solar in the industry, and it's all now waiting for you at Sunlux. You know what? There really are only 2 kinds of solar companies in Southern California. Sunlux and everyone else. Get the whole Tesla solar ecosystem, including Powerwall batteries, at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Southland weather from KFI. Low clouds and fog, then sunny by the afternoon. Lows in the mid-60s at the beaches, mid-60s to low 70s in Metro LA and OC, upper 60s to mid-70s in the Inland Valley, and low to upper 70s in the Inland Empire. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Burma.
If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you're eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's exactly why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. We are specialists in this little-known payroll tax refund program. GetRefunds.com does all the work, charges not a dime up front, and simply shares a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. The team at GetRefunds.com has returned over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. That's GetRefunds.com. No risk, high reward. GetRefunds.com.
John Tobel here. Listen, I'm not going to tell you that your garage door looks hideous, but we know what your neighbors are thinking. That's why you ought to call Caliber Garage Door today. They're new to KFI. They've been in business for more than 20 years. They have custom wood doors, traditional steel doors, a variety of materials, colors, and trim. You want it, Caliber has it. Here's the deal, $200 off any garage door, and doors starting at just $7.99. Dial pound 250 on your cell phone right now and say Caliber Garage Doors. Pound 250, say Caliber Garage Doors, CaliberGarageDoors.com.
Why choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number? Because our Sleep Number 360 smart bed is really smart. It senses your movement and automatically adjusts to help keep you both comfortable. Plus, it's temperature balancing so you stay cool. It's even smart enough to know exactly how long, how well, and when you slept, and to help you get almost 30 minutes more restful sleep per night. Sleep Number takes care of the science. All you have to do is sleep. Save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed Queen Helm in $19.99, plus free premium home delivery when you add a base. Ends Monday. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Unclog your drain for only $77 with Rooter Hero.
KFI AM 640.
An iHeart radio station.
More stimulating talk.
Live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Hey, thanks for joining the program this morning. We are about to go to the phones and take a call or two. And but before then, I think we had some leftover. We're in the middle of a conversation wrapped all around common listener questions. Tina has assembled a list of the kinds of questions that we get asked again and 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 again. And so if it's that kind of a question, it's made it onto Tina's list. And so where were we? We were in the middle of something.
Yeah, we were talking about, now I've got that thing.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice. the way that we just determine the color of LED.
Oh, LED lights. That's okay. So the
the
two things that I didn't get to in regards to LED lights, the new terminology, which just to underscore again, is the way we should always have done it. So please, if you're one of those people like, there's the newfangled, why can't we just go back to the whole... in my head, that's what someone like that sounds like, no matter what, even if they're a small child. So the point is this, please, don't be grumpy about this. This is what we should have learned from day one. As far as if we evaluate lights, the brightness of a light based on its lumens, not its wattage, its lumens, okay? We also evaluate lights on whether they're dimmable or not. We also evaluate lights on, here we go, color temperature and a little thing called CRI, or the color rendering index. Okay, color temperature is very simply this. White light is not white light. It is a spectrum of color temperature, not heat temperature. Color temperature is measured in degrees Kelvin. Okay, so what do you need to know? For inside a house, you are rarely ever going to reach for a bulb that has a color temperature higher than 3000 K. 3000 K is kind of for an interior of a house, kind of bright white. Now, is it ultimate bright white? No, it's not. Daylight is more like 5000 K. Okay, but you bring that inside the house, and it's going to look blue. You're going to look blue and cold and weird, and nobody likes 5000 K bulbs inside a home. In a home where we're used to incandescent lighting to begin with, and beautiful incandescent, we're in the 2800 K department, all right? So if you can get just below 3000, that's optimal. Just so you know, 1800 Kelvin, 1800 K is the color temperature of open flame, candlelight. So it's very amber. You know, most of those vintage bulbs that kind of glow really yellow and amber, those are about 1800 K. So a normal interior home light for the kind of light that you're looking for, a little bit of warmth to it and a lot of brightness, 2700 to 3000 K. Now, the only other thing there is the color rendering index. This is sometimes more important than in other situations. There are some industrial applications or commercial applications in which it's critically important. But the color rendering index is an index of how accurately that bulb's light will reproduce the faithfulness of the colors of the objects that it's lighting up. You're like, yeah, never heard of this before. Well, it's a thing. Bad lighting can muddy up the colors of the objects in your house. So the color rendering index is a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being perfection, perfect rendering. You're looking for a CRI rating on a bulb of 90 plus. 90 plus, anything in the 90s is going to give you really faithful rendering of colors in your home. Like I said, sometimes it's you know what? In neonatal care units, it's critical to have a CRI above like 95, because when the newborns come out, one of the ways we evaluate newborns is the color of their skin. Are they kind of jaundiced? Are they blue? Or, you know, and so in that situation, those bulbs right over the little whatever that is that they put them in to evaluate. First off, really important that those bulbs are rendering the colors of an infant's skin really accurately. And for your home, as far as just the pleasantness of all of your good stuff. Oh, and art restoration, too, requires CRIs. Otherwise, you're going to pick the wrong colors when you're restoring that art. So you see, it's an important thing. Okay, I've talked too long on that. Let's go to the phones. We got time for one. Tony, welcome home.
Hi, Dean. How are you? We're doing a complete kitchen remodel with cabinets, floors, and appliances. And my question is, do the cabinets, should they sit on the subfloor So do we install all of the wood floors first? And the part that seems the most trickiest from what I've read is how to handle the dishwasher.
Yes. Okay. So it's a good question, really good question. And it depends. It depends. And I say that in all sincerity because, I don't know, maybe I would say maybe 75% of the time, typically, we will not install on top of the floors, on top of the hardwood floor or the tile. Sometimes just purely from the practicality that, why do you want to run the expense of hardwood all the way underneath cabinet kicks where it will never be seen again? So simply to save square footage of cabinets. But there's also another reason. Save square footage of flooring material. The other reason is that sometimes, quite often, floors are not perfectly level, and so your cabinet installers will quite possibly have to shim up the rough cabinet kicks. Now these days, rough cabinet kicks get shimmed, and then there is a finished kick plate that goes over it, and then the shims are hidden, and they meet the floor very nicely. So, but that's a consideration as well. But I would say typically what we're aiming for is to not run material underneath the cabinet kicks because it's unnecessary. Now, when it comes to the dishwasher, whatever the flooring is in the room, that we do run in because the dishwasher is just a void area. So we go ahead and run that material into the dishwasher area so that the dishwasher doesn't get trapped behind flooring material down in the recess there. And I know some people are like, well, I don't know if I want to run hardwood in there because what if the dishwasher leaks? I guarantee you, if the dishwasher leaks and you've got hardwood in your kitchen, it's going to go way beyond just the wood that's directly underneath. It's going to affect, wood in the whole area there. So it's kind of a moot point when it comes to that argument. I just prefer the idea that we can easily slide the dishwasher in and out for installation or service or what have you. So my recommendation is typically save the money on the extra flooring material. Now, occasionally, there is a situation where it's like, well, I don't want to put the cabinets in yet because there's all this other stuff, and if we have to set the cabinets, then they're going to get in the way and they're going to get beat up. So I'd rather have the flooring go in without the cabinets. Well, you can ask your cabinet manufacturer or installer to put in rough kicks, just the kicks themselves, detached from the cabinet boxes. And that way, once the kicks are in place, they determine the cabinet set, and then your flooring people can get in there and lay all the flooring in the kitchen without the cabinets in their way. That's only something that happens, though, when it comes to cabinets that have detachable kicks, where the kicks are separate from the boxes themselves, and you have to talk to your cabinet person about that. But typically, we wouldn't recommend wasting material underneath the cabinet. Does it matter, though? Not really. It's not really going to change the install much. Always account for the height of the hardwood floor, though. So don't set yourself up for a 36-inch tall countertop, then put in, 5/8 or 3/4 of an inch of hardwood and find yourself with shorter cabinets. So the kicks have to be taller if they're going to go in before the hardwood. Thanks for the question, Tony. All right, when we return, more questions. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Let's hear the news.
I'm Brian Ruman, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA animal shelters are offering reduced fees to try to increase adoptions. This is the end of National Pet Month. Police are asking for the public's help in trying to find the stolen Olympic gold medal belonging to a 2020 volleyball team member named Jordan Poulter. And a judge has ruled a script supervisor on the Rust film set, who was standing next to cinematographer Helena Hutchins when she was shot, can seek damages from some of the movie's producers. And we're going to take a look at some trouble in Corona next.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. Do you need a new appliance? Well, you have a problem. serious COVID supply chain delays and price increases. Some brands have gone up over 20%, and you could be waiting 8 months or more for delivery. That's the problem. Here is the solution. WDC Kitchen and Bath Center. WDC saw this all coming. They secured $25 million of inventory before the recent price jumps and before the supply line shut down. So right now, with high prices and long delays everywhere else, WDC has exactly what you need. Plus, free delivery for purchases over $5.99. And here's what we want to hear. Next day delivery to LA, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties. And you can check inventory in real time right on the WDC website. In times like these, you need more than just an appliance store. You need the experts that I have trusted for years. WDC. To find the WDC nearest you, go to WDCappliances.com, WDCappliances.com.
Wendy's Biggie Bag is still just $5. Get a double stack junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT plus 4-piece nugs, small fries, and a small drink. Grab your bag at Wendy's today. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
SoCal weather brought to you by Driveway.com. Got some drizzle this morning in the IE with low clouds, then partly cloudy by the afternoon. This report brought to you by Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag. I'm taking a look at KFI traffic. We've got traffic backing up from this crash in Corona.
It is on the 91 eastbound before Green River Road. The 3 right lanes are blocked. Only the left lane is open. That's stopping traffic now back to the 241. So definitely something to keep an eye on headed east on the 91. Then a work zone in Urbandale on the 210 eastbound. Excuse me, at Mount Olive Drive. It's on the that off ramp is going to be closed due to a work zone until 5 p.m. Finally, on the 210 westbound before Angeles Crest Highway, there's a stall taking up the left lane, so watch for slowing as you go through there. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Vince Cull.
This report is sponsored by Panera. There are so many words they could use to describe Panera's new Chef's Chicken sandwiches. But when you have a bite, you might just be left speechless. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. Enjoy a $1 delivery fee when you order on their app. Restrictions apply.
Every 3 seconds, there's a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be spending your money, applying for loans in your name, even selling your personal information on the dark web. Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, even data breaches may expose your information, making it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. Unfortunately, watching your accounts or monitoring your credit, that may not be enough. But protecting your identity, that can be easy with LifeLock, a leader in identity theft protection. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, it sends you an alert. And if you're a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist works to fix it. No one can prevent all ID theft or monitor every transaction, every business, but LifeLock by Norton makes it easy. Call 800-LifeLock, promo code HANDLE, or visit LifeLock.com, promo code HANDLE for 25% off. LifeLock.com, promo code HANDLE, 800-LifeLock.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. What comes to mind when you think about your tap water? Let me guess. You don't like the taste, you don't like drinking chlorine, you don't like hard water scale, and you don't like that the only drinkable water is all the way in the kitchen in plastic bottles or at that funky little spout. I hear you. So here is the solution. A whole house water filtration system from LifeSource Water. With LifeSource, all the water in the whole house will taste delicious. In part because there will be no more chlorine or chloramine, and in part because it helps reduce hard water problems, but not by adding salt or taking healthy, good-tasting minerals out. It's ultimate filtration and protection for your water in a maintenance-free system. And right now, you can own a LifeSource system for as little as $86 per month on approved credit. Call LifeSource today at 800-803-2696. That's 800-803-2696, or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
Saving money feels pretty good. Allstate. Better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
On abortion and guns, the leading candidates for California Attorney General are very different. Eric Early is a conservative Republican, pro-Trump, pro-guns, and pro-life. Democrat Rob Bonta is fighting the NRA and supports abortion rights.
If you care about Roe versus Wade, remember to vote early before the June 7th election for Attorney General. Ad paid for by Communities for Justice, supporting Rod Bonta for Attorney General 2022. Committee major funding from California Correctional Peace Officers Association. Not authorized by a candidate or committee controlled by a candidate.
With literally thousands of personal injury lawyers in Los Angeles, it's quite an honor for Jacoby & Myers to have been voted the #1 personal injury law firm for the past 3 years. We know you have a lot of choices, but why not hire #1? Jacoby & Myers, 800-992-2222.
If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you're eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's exactly why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. We are specialists in this little-known payroll tax refund program. GetRefunds.com does all the work, charges not a dime up front, and simply shares a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. The team at GetRefunds.com has returned over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. That's GetRefunds.com. No risk, high reward. GetRefunds.com.
I know the weight of the world seems to rest on your shoulders, and sometimes life seems like it's filled only with confusion and chaos. But I assure you, I have a plan for you.
The Jesus Christ Show, tomorrow morning at 6 on KFI AM 640.
More stimulating talk.
Sharp, the house whisperer. Welcome home. We're answering some of the most common listener questions. The special list, because these aren't just questions that get asked every once in a while. They get asked a lot, again and again and again and again. We encounter them constantly. So we set aside some time just to address these questions. Tina's got the list. Let's jump back in.
Okay, so this one has to do with, I would say, what we've been calling aging in place, as we talk about...
Something I'm doing right now.
As we talk about being able to stay in your home as you get older, and you may end up needing to have a walker or a wheelchair. And so how do we work around that? We've talked a lot about, residential elevators. But in this case, this is a simple one. People want to know, what is the size that your doorway should be in order for a wheelchair to be able to pass through?
The tricky wheelchair question. It's tricky only in one regard. People misunderstand the proper answer to it. Okay. So, now, there are different size wheelchairs out there these days. Obviously smaller ones for smaller wheelchairs for smaller people. And there are some kind of jumbo-sized wheelchairs that this may not apply to. But the American Disabilities Act, the ADA, has specified recommended access allowances. In a residence, the ADA requirement for a doorway that accommodates a wheelchair properly is 32 inches. Okay, 32 inches. That's a 2.8 door, what we call a 2'8" wide door, which is a beautifully common and nice open doorway inside a house. But here's the trick. The recommendation, if you read it carefully, is 32 inches clear space through the doorway. And think about this for a second. Open a door with a normal hinge on it. What happens? What are we looking at? The door itself, the thickness of the door, remains inside the opening. Okay, so when you open a door, the door doesn't clear the jamb completely. It's sitting there at a 90-degree angle. It's sitting there jutting in a couple of inches. So, a 2'8" door, a 32-inch door, is the wrong size door To create a 32-inch clear opening, you need to step up to one size, and the next common size up is a 36-inch door. So the requirement for clear space to roll the wheelchair through, so that not only the wheelchair but the person operating it doesn't have to bang their knuckles against the jamb, okay, is 32 inches. To get 32 inches, you can't use a 32-inch door, you need to use a 36-inch door. Boom. There you go.
Okay, this is another one that's often come across as we are designing. Does my shower head and the shower valves have to be on the same wall?
No, they do not. The shower head, and I want you to think of, in old terms like we used to put together old stereo sets, right? All components. Everything inside that shower is a component. So the mixing valve, the diverter valve, you can have a very elaborate kind of shower setup or a simple one, but the point is the shower head has no direct relationship with the valve set whatsoever, other than it's connected to the valve set via a pipe. That pipe can go straight up, so the shower head can be right above the valves, or it can be on the other side of the shower, or the back, or the ceiling. Well, why is it so common, Dean, that the shower head is right above the valve? Because in the tract home that you live in, the builders wanted to put in the easiest way with the least amount of pipe. So the answer is no. You can have your shower valves anywhere you want, and in a truly custom, well-built shower, by the way, BT dub. What you want is to be able to open the shower glass, reach in, and turn on the valves without being directly underneath the shower head at the time, so that you can sample the water until it's the right temperature. Okay?
Exactly.
So you open the valve and then put your hand over to the left or to the right into the water, so that no one likes having to turn the valves on and be right underneath the shower head when that blast of cold comes out. So there you go. All right, we got many, many more questions to answer. I'm going to do it as soon as we come back. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. So much more to come. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, on KFI.
Raise a red cup to the troops. From the comfort of your own backyard. KFI. AM 640. More stimulating talk.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Early warning system. I'm Brian Berman, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The California Senate has passed a bill allowing school officials to decide whether to call the cops about certain acts of violence on campus.
The bill was written by Democrat Stephen Bradford, who says too many times kids of color are disproportionately impacted by calls to police, which result in citations or arrest. The bill gives discretion to officials on whether to report when students attack, assault, or physically threaten another student or school employee. Critics say the bill allows criminal behavior to go unchecked, and with the recent school shooting in Texas, they say lawmakers should be looking at ways to tighten up security risks, not loosening them. The bill heads to the Assembly. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
News brought to you by Sunlux. Top officials in Texas have admitted to making a wrong decision when it came to safety during the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Oscar Verona says his son was sent to the hospital to be treated for a gunshot wound in his shoulder.
I kissed his forehead, and I told him, hey, I'm so proud of you. I said, you're a great man. And his thing was, Dad, he goes, I called you ruined. I'm sorry. They're full of blood.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott says he is livid about the police response during the shooting. Abbott says the families impacted deserve the right information. And President Trump says schools need hardened security measures in schools days after that 18-year-old shot and killed 19 kids and 2 teachers with two AR-style rifles at a school in Uvalde, Texas. He suggests schools have to arm police, new fencing, and only one entry point.
What we need now is a top-to-bottom security overhaul at schools all across our country.
He also said Democrats should not blame gun owners, but the lone people who were involved in violent shootings. He spoke yesterday at the NRA convention in Houston, Texas. Dr. Oz says he has won the Senate seat in Pennsylvania. Dr. Emmett Oz is the Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate, but after this week's election, the results were too close to call.
I am blessed to have earned the presumptive Republican nomination for the United States Senate.
Well, a full recount is underway with Oz's primary opponent, David McCormick. And a former Marine from Torrance is facing 15 years in prison for cyber-stalking multiple women.
Prosecutors say the man went online and offered multiple women money for explicit photos and videos. U.S. Attorney spokesman Kieran McAvoy says when women either stop sending the photos and videos or just flat out refuse, the former Marine harassed them.
He threatened to publish sexual photos and videos of the victims online or on well-known pornography websites, or to distribute the sexual photos or videos to the victims' boyfriends, friends, families, or employers.
The man pled guilty yesterday. He'll be sentenced in September. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
Turkey says it will support Sweden and Finland joining NATO if the countries take action. ABC's Ines Eloquatara says Turkey wants the countries to stop supporting terrorist groups.
All 30 NATO member states must unanimously agree to any new member, and Turkey has blocked Sweden and Finland's bids, arguing the two have been harboring people linked to a Kurdish militant group.
Turkey says the groups attempted a coup in 2016. Secretary Antony Blinken talked with Turkey this week because many members want to fast-track Sweden and Finland into NATO. They wanted to join because of threats from Russia. An 8th grader in Huntington Beach has used artificial intelligence to help prevent fires. The 14-year-old's research on utilizing AI to detect wildfires in their early stages has won several awards and grants. He says the sensors are battery-operated and cost only $10. He says he hopes this technology can prevent major fires from happening, like the 200-acre fire that burned in Laguna Niguel earlier this month. Now taking a look at KFI.